เจอกันวันนี้พรุ่งนี้ฉันรู้ดีเป็นแบบนี้มันดี
Yes, he was in a car, and yes, he was singing. Even if we have to strain our ears a little, it's worth it, because when would we ever get a chance to go for a drive with him while he chats about his work, life, and much more? Connect with us emotionally, feel our passion, and disregard the imperfect presentation. Yet again, expect some mayhem and a lot of fun. This is going to be a moving conversation. Literally. Welcome and thank you for joining us at Slightly Funny Overthinking as we have a heart-to-heart with a special guest. If you don't know the gentleman on the screen, well then you should. Here is a little bio about him that I got from the internet. His first feature film, Presentperfect, in 2017 became the first Thai film to be funded by the government of Hokkaido, Japan. It was modified and adapted from his old short film back in 2012. It won the Best Film Award at the LGBTQ Amsterdam Film Festival. His works have been awarded the funding from Busan Film Commission, South Korea 2 times for the movies Why Am I Left Behind and Anti-Human. The 2 short films Presentperfect and There Is No Space for Me have been widely recognized in leading short film festivals all around the globe. He has also directed the movies Present Still Perfect and Bangkok Dark Tales, and the series 2 Moons 2 and Call It What You Want, all appreciated globally. He made a few documentaries as well, including one for the United Nations. He also has a production company, Comative Production Company Limited. I might have left a few, but I'm tired now. To all the beautiful souls watching, we give you Mr. Anusorn Soisa Ngim.
Hello guys, hello audience, hello everyone who watching this video. Thank you for having me. It's such an honor. My name is Anusorn Soisa Ngim. So it's kind of hard to pronounce. Just call me That's the easy one. Yeah.
Thank you. Welcome and thank you for giving us this opportunity to be able to talk to you. I'm really excited and nervous, so go a little easy on me if I mess it up.
Oh yeah, be easy on me too.
Okay, so born on 23rd of May 1989, you have a bachelor's degree in film and performing arts from Bangkok University. You are a director, a producer, a screenwriter, an editor, a lyricist. Seriously, could you please leave a little awesomeness for the rest of us?
I pretty much do everything, yeah, with my own. But like if I create my own project, I wrote the song, of course. Yeah, I wrote the script, I edited, I do special effects, I directed, I pretty much everything everywhere. So yeah, that's kind of my job because I'm an independent filmmaker. So it's kind of like I have to help myself a lot. Yeah.
I know. Is there anything that you want to do and haven't been able to do yet?
I think I did pretty much everything on the shooting set already, but if I never been do it, I never been to distribute any film. I mean, I distribute my own film, but I would love to have a film that created by myself, you know. Yeah. To be able to watch like lots of films from around the whole world and then selected into my festival, that would be very cool. And I looking forward to doing it in the future.
Oh, wow, cool. So I know you have always been a storyteller, but when did you decide to be a director?
Since I was a kid, I remember like I was alone when I was a kid all the time because I have no friend. My dad had to put me into another school every 6 months because he's policeman. So he just moved me around and I have no friend. I just have dinosaur and those kind of fantasy stuff like that. I grew up with Steven Spielberg and those characters that I look up for. And yeah, I kind of like have fantasy when I was a kid. And then when I grew up, I feel like portray my series, like directing those kind of film is such a therapy for me because as I mentioned, I have no one to talk to. So making film is just be able to share my stuff to the whole world and then let them know a little bit of me. Yeah. So
Talking through
most of
your
my
work.
films, most of my films and my artwork are very personal. Like I put myself a lot in there, and yeah,
And
that's
that
kind of
shows,
things.
that shows. That is why, I think that is why it connects with us.
I try to make a films or TV series try to relatable to people, because as my upcoming film series called TillTheWorldEnds is talk about the end of the world is, and I believe it's also related to people because we all we all know that the world is gonna end someday. So just do today right now is the best time for people. So I think it's relatable about the timing and stuff like that. Yeah.
So tell us about one aspect of directing that you love and one aspect that you do not like and would like to avoid if you could.
One thing that I love about being a director is about to be able to get to know lots of people because I use the inner method every time I do the acting. I never want my actor to pretend to be someone else. I want my actor to be the character. So that's kind of like I get to know my actor really well, like deep down inside of them. And that was what I love about humanity, about learning each other, learning about each other, and I just realized that no one wants to be a bad person. No one in the whole world, no one wants to be a bad guy. But we just like, sometimes it's not the right time to be shy. So that's why I am forgiveness person. I'm not in my mind. I never hate the neighbor. No, never. I just want to create my art and share to the whole world. What I don't like about being a director that I have to be a bitch sometimes. I'm sorry to say bitch, but I said it already 2 times. But yeah, sometimes I have to be like controller, which is I never want to be it, but like yes or no, it depends on the director. So it's pretty
Yes.
hard for me to just everyone like 50 people waiting for my answers to say yes and no, and that lots of pleasure. But
Yes.
but
You
I love
have
it.
to be
Yeah,
harsh at
it's a good
times.
thing. It's a bad thing. Yeah. I have to be not a very nice person once at a time. Yeah.
Yes, yes, but not by choice. It's what's required.
Yeah.
What, in your opinion, sets you and your work apart from others?
I think that's my work. That what I mentioned before. I put a lot of my personal life into my series. If you watch Presentperfect, Present Still Perfect, or Call It What You Want, or even Two Moon Two, I just adapted into the things that related to people the most because most of BL out there nowadays is it's about university theme and a very cliche story, and it's kind of bored. It's boring for me, and I I'm not trying to bring the new content to the audience, but it's just my instinct, my human nature that I want to create something that talk about me, and then people can know about me a little bit more from my artwork. Yeah.
Yes. As a creator, are you ever scared of running out of creativity?
Always.
Always. I can relate to that.
I always, because when you just want to when you want to write something, sometimes it just cannot stop. And I was like, this is right now is 15 episode. I cannot do it. I have to reduce it to 10 episode for, especially for TillTheWorldEnds. It's just talk about the time, and then, but it's just my flow when I working. I always just writing, and then when I wrote the song too, I never thought that I going to be a songwriter, and I don't have money to hire the writer. So that's why the
Yes.
reason that I become a songwriter, and then I create the song, which is It's really easy. Actually, it's learned from YouTube. So yeah.
Okay. So your favorite scene from Call It What You Want and why?
My favorite scene of Call It What You Want, I like the scene when it tried to say like he loved James so much on the shooting set and he forget to turn off the microphone. And that's happened a lot when my actor forgot to turn off the microphone, and I can hear like what they're talking about me and what people around that talking about me, like why today this director is such a bitch, like
Oh,
something like that. But it's
oh,
kind of
that's so
cool. I
cool.
mean, like yeah, but I'm not mad. As I mentioned you earlier, I'm not really. I know the human nature because sometimes I say that too. Like what the hell? What's wrong with art today? Why it's work? But they didn't get to hear it. But I'll be able to hear it because they forgot to turn off the microphone. Yeah,
Oh, yes, that's a really sweet scene. But
yeah.
can we take a moment here to appreciate Michael and all the ways in which he can nail crying on the set? I mean, right from being about to cry and hiding it just in time, to just being teary eyed, to actually sobbing, to bawling uncontrollably. I mean, do you tell him exactly how much and how to cry, or is he just a natural?
It's very like the Buzz character in Conversion One is very very hard, and I feel like because I feel like I need to know Michael very deeply, like deep down inside of him, and I try to blend him to be my character. So it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of trust. Like okay, we trust each other, and then we get to know each other a lot, and then I try, because especially when the scene that Buzz confessed about, he got sexual harassment and stuff like that. I just need the level of crying, not like just come and then just cry like a baby, just it's some it's realistic because it's something that deep down inside you don't want to say it out loud, but you need to tell it because you're going to die if you don't say it. So yeah, Michael done a pretty good job, and me and Michael are such a cool. We are very, very we hate each other so much. That's why we love each other so much as well. So yeah, it's kind of like cool relationship between friends. Yeah, it needs
Wonderful.
a lot of trust. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. And you have done a great job, both of you. I
Oh,
completely
thank
agree.
you.
Bas's character is so complex, and you guys have nailed it. Well done.
It's so hard because at first I thought he hated me because I didn't pick him on Two Moon Two. He come to cast calling, and then when I wrote Buzz character, I always think about him, and I was surprising that he was come to casting for Part One, which is I was like, oh, you don't hate me because I didn't pick you on Two Moon Two, and then she said, yeah, and we just have lots of fun together. And yeah, and I be able to work with him again on To the World Ends, which is like the very, very hard character as well, and he nailed it. He's just awesome. Yeah. Michael is pretty good. Yeah.
Yes. Tell us about Comative Production Company Limited.
Comedy production. I was, like when I was back in 2012, I created my short film. It's called Presentperfect, and at that time, when I submit to the film festival, I need to have a company, right? And then I don't have a company. I'm just second years in the university, so I just pop up with the name committee for no reason. And I use this since 2012 until now, like having 10 years to use comedy. And I was like, okay, cool. Comedy is actually mean like comedy and creative together to be comedy. Okay, that's the name.
So that's
that's
what it
that's
means.
from.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
because if you watch all my artwork, my series, or every song or everything, it's gonna I'm gonna have a little bit of comedy and of course a little bit of creative. So it's combined together to be comedy. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So, Till the World Ends is your upcoming project, and you have proclaimed it as your masterpiece. First things first,
Is it?
is the name of the series inspired by Britney Spears' song Because of Your Love for Her?
I'm a huge fan of Britney Spears, to be
Yeah, I
honest. I
know. That
love
is
Britney.
why.
Yeah, I was back to 2012 this song came up and I was like, damn, yeah, Britney inspired me a lot to be like, yeah, because the song is talk about just do it until the world ends. And I was like, okay, I need to just put that song to be, like people always talk about Britney song is a trash, it's like junk, it's just a pop song, it's bubblegum pop, stuff like that. But I feel like Britney song have meaning, it have lots of meaningful than that. So yeah, so each episode I also name of the each episode from the song that I love. Like the first episode is I don't know, I cannot remember, but it's the name of POV from Ariana Grande, like those are pop songs that people think that, oh, that's a trash pop song, but I feel like it's lots of meaningful. Yeah.
I think creative people can find meaning in everything. So
Yeah.
even if people say it's trash, if you think hard, it might have a really deep meaning.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Sometime like like I'm surprised too because as a creator, I never gonna like I create my artwork and the fans think beyond than that. Like they think more than what I put it in the series, which is kind of cool because I was like, oh, they're really into the series a lot. So which is good.
Yes, yes. So the plot of the series is so intriguing. It has romance with an apocalypse-like feel to it, and the primal and
Yeah.
raw emotions that come with it. It is a little scary, honestly. So talk us through it.
It's scary. So it's gonna be a little bit of romantic about 40%. It's gonna be comedy about 20%. It's gonna be slasher because I grew up with Wes Craven. I know what you did last summer by Kevin Williamson. I love Scream. I love Halloween by John Carpenter. So it's gonna be another 20% of slasher, killing and stuff like that. Yeah.
I commented on your post also. I don't think I'm ready to watch it.
Yeah, I think people's gonna into even myself, I editing to the ends and I cannot do it because I cry so hard. It's very emotional and very delicate when you watch it. You feel like every time when I try to break the ice of the audience who watch my films that all people in the world have sensitive side, and it's okay if you want to cry, and it's okay if you want to be weakness, and you don't have to be strong all the time. That's put yourself too hard. So that series is gonna tell you about that. Like you can be sensitive. That's fine. You can cry. That's okay. You know.
Have you written any
Mhm.
songs for it?
Yes, I wrote 5 songs for TillTheWorldEnds, but I need to pick only like maybe 3 best songs.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So I want to ask you so many things about the series, but I don't want any spoilers. So maybe once it's aired and it's a huge success, you can come back and then we can have a discussion.
Oh, definitely. I would love to come back. Yeah.
Yeah, I was pitching there. Yeah, I'm floating
Yeah.
on clouds now. And maybe you can come back with Michael.
Def, def, Definitely next time I'll come back with my actor and that would be fun to talk. Yeah. I will have a fight with Michael, but it's okay.
That's going to be grand.
There's two, actually. And Songkran and Nai and everyone. Yeah. It's gonna be cool.
You've mentioned somewhere that you don't know how to shut up. How has that affected you, and have you learned to be a little diplomatic over the years?
Do you mean how to shut up?
Yes. I read it somewhere
Yeah,
in one of your interviews that you said, I don't know how to shut up.
yeah, I just like I'm just kind of person that I'm very creative since I was a kid. So my mom friend was asked like, is have ever shut up in his life? Why he's just running around? like I was so creative when I was a kid, and from especially now too, when I just running around and think of my brain is never stop, and it's kind of like tired, but it was fun. I love it. Yeah.
So it must have gotten you into some trouble at some point of time. So have you learned to be a little more diplomatic over the years, or are you still the same?
I think I'm still the same, but I just portrayed my artwork. I just portrayed myself through my artwork for most of the time. Yeah.
Yes,
So.
yes. Okay. So what are your views on fan service? Do you think sometimes too much is expected by fans?
Fan service is too much, right? Especially now today. It's just like, damn, sometimes the actor cannot be themselves because the fans are expect that the actor need to act like in the series, but it's in the series and the outside is totally different. They have their own life, they have their own personal things to do, but the fans are just pushing too hard, and sometimes they cross the line. They just um I don't know if I said it, I'm gonna be in trouble or not, but yeah, sometimes the fans need to respect that they are people and they have life and they make mistake, of course, and they just sometimes just be easy on them, like Adele song. Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I am a fan and I love all the ship work and all the fan service. I love all of it. But yes, I do agree that give them a break. Let them be themselves after some time, especially for creative people like artists. If you just want them to be in one character all the time, how can they grow? It must be so frustrating for them.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we need to give a little bit time off for the actor to be himself. I really appreciate when the fans accept the actor as the way they are, not just the way I portrayed or whatever things, like stuff like that.
Yes, different from the character to be themselves. Yes.
Yeah.
You believe in raising your voice against the system if you feel something is unjust. And everyone who does that has to pay a price. Has there ever been a time when you felt like just giving up, when you had no drive or energy to move on?
Yes, of course, I have those times because sometimes I just feel like because it's hard to find to get support. The fans want to see it, but the fans don't like. I'm not expect them to support, but for the majority that they call me as a BL or LGBTQ film series, it's hardest to get support. So sometimes I feel like, damn, fuck up. I don't want to do it anymore. But when I see the actors, my story, and I feel like, yeah, we have potential to be a very good series. So I never give up that easy. So yeah.
I hope you always come out of it and just do your thing.
Yeah, so, thank you.
Yeah. You have been through a lot of hardship, you have struggled, you have faced some dark times. And so I wanted today's interaction to be positive and fun. I am done with all the serious questions now. And I have to tell you something, I have only 5 neurons remaining in my brain. So this is almost all the seriousness that they can handle. So the next round of questions that I have for you, you have to answer very quickly in a word or a sentence and without giving much thought to it.
Okay. Okay.